Hello and welcome to Bunnies and Bacon. Today I'm going to be trying to help you out in artillery. Um, this is something that lots of you don't like, uh, basically calling it sky cancer, and something else that many of you aren't good at, but you need to learn how to be better because you've got to do those campaigns so you can get your free tanks. Um, and that's kind of how I got into artillery myself. I wanted to get that next free tank and just, couldn't do it. Had to learn it. And so I'm going to give you some of the tips and tricks that I use to help you get better. Now, my artillery, I run about a 54-55% win rate, which is pretty good as far as World of Tanks goes. But in my other tanks, not so well. I run about 48% average in them. So this happens to be my niche of what I happen to be good at, which is unfortunate for enemy teams when I play artillery, because a good artillery player can make the difference between a winning game and a losing game versus generally a single tank. Now, a single tank can make a difference by, don't get me wrong, by no means, but an artillery can make a much bigger impact because he can deal with many more tanks than one individual tank can, because we have basically full range on the map. So, if there's one tank doing exceptionally well on, say the east side, not only can I help him, but I can shoot on the west side too when there's tanks that he'll never see in a game. So, like I say, a good artillery player can make a huge impact on a game. And so I'm going to give you some of my tips of what I try to do. Now, the first thing I do is I try to look at each side and see what the lineup is. Now, on our team, I can see that, as far as artillery, we have three, they have three. They've got a Leffe, which I believe that's the one that has 4 rounds in it before it reloads. So that's not something you don't really want to deal with him if you don't have to. As far as if you're in a tank, you don't want him shooting at you because he can shoot 3 more rounds rapidly. So if he stuns you or stops you, tracks you, you got problems if he's got 3 more shells. M37, F304, good accuracy, but you can take those both out with one shot. The Leffe is going to take you 2 to 3 shots. On our team, me, the M44, we got the M41, which is the step down from me, and then the SU5. Not bad, not my favorites. M41, not bad, but you've got to play that to get to the M44. I happen to like this one because even though it's not a fast reload, it's not the slowest. It doesn't have a lot of damage, but it can do enough to take something out in one shot if you hit it directly in the right spot. But this has a decent splash radius, which is something I like. Now, moving on, after you assess what you got and you see how many heavies, there's a couple heavies. The heavies on this particular map usually go down the 9 line, across that little island, and cut across, down to about H9 and start heading west. So there's only 2 of them. They're pretty slow. I'm not going to worry about them in the beginning. All your fast tanks, your mediums, and your lights generally zip across that AB line up to about B2, and then a lot of times mediums and lights will run down the center of town and try to scout, and they'll stop around E4 or E5 area. There's a rock that they usually zip up to and then hide behind. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do in this map is I'm going to go into position. Now, you want to know what a good position is for Arty. If you're going to be playing Arty, What I advise is when you're playing your regular games before you start your Arty campaign, is watch where they go. Generally, Arty players go in roughly the same places, and you start getting an idea of where you want to go. And why this is important is because there's so many factors that hinder you being an artillery player, like buildings and mountains and obstacles, that you kind of need to know where to go, because people have already figured out the best places to shoot from. Now, on this particular map, I'm going to go ahead and start to replay. I like to go over to the H1-2 area, over to that bush by the rocks, because it allows me to shoot north to their cap and down the H line on the island. So it gives me more places on the map to shoot. And plus it's down in a little valley, so you're pretty much hidden. Even though it's in it wide open, you can't really be spotted here unless somebody gets close. Now, on this map, generally the first place people do is they zoom up through the middle of town. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get pre-aimed over there, so I can get my reticle shrinking and getting it small, so I'll have a quicker time at shooting. Now this, you once you hit your shift key, you hit your middle mouse wheel, then you can get in this mode here. It makes it easier to see things. Okay, so the first guy's going to pop up north, nobody in town yet. So I'm going to shift over this direction. Now, one thing I like to do is put a few shots in one area and then move to another area. and the reason is, if people think artillery is shooting at you, they're going to be less likely to take a chance, do something stupid or rush you or whatever. And you're always looking for sitting ducks like this guy here, just sitting. Those are the people who always wonder, why did I get killed? Because they're not moving. Here's another guy. Maybe we can get a shot on him. Excuse me, I hope I didn't blow yours out. Take a shot. Miss. Well, they took him down. I see the heavies are moving in, so we're going to see if we can put a shot or two in over here. Now, one thing I like to do is try to take out a module or a track or something. So I took this guy's track off. He just used his repair kit. So now he's a little vulnerable. He's going to be less likely to do something stupid, because if he gets tracked, he's, an easy target. So now, since he's hiding behind that rock and he's scared, I want to see if I can do the same thing here, which I just did. And he repaired his as well. So now these guys should be less likely to do something stupid. They're both hiding behind the rock now. And now we got the Luke's up here. Looked like he's going to let me shoot him. I'm going to take a shot. As long as he don't move, we should be able to splash him. And he moved. So that's the thing. Light tanks, hard to get. As long as they're moving, they're generally safe. And I don't generally take a whole lot of shots at them unless they're still. Now these two heavies are getting gutsy. So if I can track one again, he'll be an easy target. Now he's tracked, and my teammate should take advantage of this. But he went invisible, so they're not going to do it. So maybe I can track this guy. I need to get re-aimed here because I wasn't facing the area. Maybe I can hit 2 for 1. Nope, and didn't track him. Now the good thing about critical hits is, even though I didn't track him, I may have taken out his loader, where he can't reload as fast. I may have taken down his engine so he can't move as fast. His viewports, whatever. The ability to move his gun around. Damaging tanks is very effective. Even if you don't, damage them for a lot of points, you get a critical hit on it, you're hurting a module that he's got to either repair, if he's got a repair kit, or a crew member that he's got to revive if he wants his brothers and arm bonuses, or if he has that, or anything like that. So damaging or splashing a tank and getting a critical hit is just as valuable, because, say for instance I took out his loader and he's got an 8 to 10 second additional load time. That might be the difference of life and death of this KV-85. But being that there's 2 tanks here, I'm pretty sure he's going to die. And just as he did. So I'm going to try to get one more shot in over here. See if I can maybe get a kill here. He's going slow up the hill. He's going to probably stop in that valley. Nope, he's still moving. Take a shot, splash him. He's gone. Okay, this guy, oh, he's an easy. Splash this guy, he should be dead. He's got 41 hit points. Why our artillery's over there? Don't know. Dumb move. I'm going to try to splash him real quick. And he should be dead. And no. You see, that was 27 points damage. So, artillery doesn't always put down the damage. But I did track him, so he should be an easy shot for anybody else in the area. But there's nobody else in the area. So, he survived with 14 points. 14 hit points. So, I'm not going to worry about him right now, because he's not really a threat to anybody at the moment. I'm going to try to help these guys out here. This Luke's is going to give people oh, here's an artillery on a run. He's probably going to run behind the rock, take a shot, and hit him direct on. I was really expecting to splash him. Here's another Arty, just, I don't know, sunbathing on a rock like a lizard. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate this guy if I can. I'm going to take a blind shot as soon as I get a round. And there he's gone. Blind shots are very important too. If you know where somebody is, or somebody likely is, and nothing's going on, nothing's being spotted, take the shot. This guy, he just needs a splash, so shoot by the rock. He's actually going to move up to it. We'll splash him right out of the game. So now we got 4 kills, just like that. Here's another guy that needs a splash. Now, if this Luke's plays smart, he'll just hide behind the house and just keep him occupied, so I can take care of him. Now, I'm notifying him with the T button, that putting arrows over it, letting him know that I'm planning on shooting at him. So don't do anything stupid. Splash him, he's gone. That's something else you want to do, is let your people know where you're going to shoot if there's people around, so they don't drive up next to him and get shot. So here he is again, hiding behind a building, keeping him occupied. I'd take him out. It's just that simple. One thing to note is, if your teammates realize you're shooting and helping them, they're less likely to do something stupid, believe it or not, such as the Luke. He'll hide behind the building. He knows you're helping him, so he's less likely to just run up beside him and try to just outgun him and just trade fire, which he didn't play stupid because he knew. So now it's 3-2, 2 artilleries and a light versus 1 heavy and 1 artillery. So this should be an easy win. That Luke should run up there, probably take out their artillery, which is probably somewhere in the 8-9 zone. And this should be a pretty clean game. Okay, there he is. He's in C9. Luke's will probably run up there and destroy him. And then it's a matter of hunting down the VK, which he'll probably do as well. So, he didn't. Slefe shot him. So now I'm going to see if I can't get him. Pre-aim to where he should be. And we splash him and track him. So obviously he's going to repair that track and move on. So he's probably going to keep going north. That's the direction he was facing. He'll probably be up there in the AB8 line. Now the problem we got here is we got 2 artilleries against a heavy, which will one-shot either one of us. And the Leffe, which can one-shot either one of us. So we've got to kind of play it smart. Our teammates are saying, hey, spot for each other. Well, clearly they should be spotting for me because he has no kills and I have 6. So I'm a little bit better at placing my shots. Now, something interesting. You see base capture by enemies. The VK has rolled up into the cap circle because the Leffe couldn't have got there that quick. So we have a problem. We have to run up there and try to spot him. But the problem is he will see us first, and he can take us both out with one shot. And the only way to do this is to get there at the same time where one of us can shoot him and the other one gets killed. Or do like I like to do, is take a blind shot. Now I know that this is a big tank, and I know that he wants to spot us before we spot him, so he's going to be hiding. And there's only 2 bushes he can be hiding in. That small one or the big one. So I'm going to blind fire that big one, because where would you hide if you were a large tank? Probably in this big bush. And sure enough, that's where he was. So, like I was saying earlier, don't be afraid to blind fire. If you know approximately where somebody has been or were, and you know a place that you like to hide or you would hide, somebody else is going to think the same way. So don't be afraid to take that blind shot. Now here, what I want to do is I want to go around the island and see if I can sneak up on this guy, because I think he's going to think we're going to be coming from the northwest. And I'm not going to do that. Now clearly the M41 is going to do that. So I'm going to try to rush around and get on this island to get lined up to shoot in that 8-9 area before he gets up there and gets spotted and killed. So this is kind of a race, me going across against him going up, and looks like he may get there faster, but all I need to do is get in that 8-9 area to get a shot if he spots something. Now that Leffe does have a larger view area, sighting to spot our M41, so that's what I'm concerned about. Being that he hasn't been spotted yet, I'm still thinking he's in that 8-9 area. So it looks like we're gonna be pretty close. I can take a shot from here, but I'd like to get it a little closer if I can, because we got this hill, we got this house. I'd rather not try to shoot over them or around them, or them possibly be in my way. I'm just taking the chance, while he hadn't been spotted, of getting up closer. Now my fear at this point is that he could be over here on the edge of this little peninsula sticking out at the D0. But being that he was running from this area, I'm still thinking he's going to be north at this point. So I haven't been spotted, so I'm thinking I'm pretty safe. So now it's all kind of up to the M41. I'm going to line up in this area because I think he's going to be around in here. And there he is. Now you see he just took a shot and missed. Now realize he's still got 3 more in there. If he was smart and reloaded. While our M41's going up, he more than likely isn't going to make it. I take a shot, I miss, I hit the rock. He's taking a shot, he's missed. These guys are in each other's faces and missing, which is kind of blowing my mind. Okay, so now he's taking his, I don't know if that was his 3rd or 4th shot, but the good thing is he's showing me his side. He's facing forward. and he's doing something very predictable. He's rocking back and forth like other tanks, and generally when they rock back and forth, if you shoot in the center of that area, you'll hit them or you'll splash them. This guy just needs a splash. So here he is behind the bush. He's rocking back, predictable. I'm going to take the shot for a splash, and I hit him. He went black, he went invisible, I don't know what you want to call it, but took the blind shot because I knew he was there and just wanted to splash him and get the kill. So kind of to wrap things up, remember, look at your teams, figure out where those tanks or your biggest threat's going to probably show up first. Try to get pre-aimed in that area so you can take a shot. Less aiming time, less movement, everything. You can get the shot off. Don't worry about killing them. If you get damaged, that's great. Artillery is not generally damage as much as it is knocking out modules and tracking and stunning. That's where you really help your teammates. Good artillery shooting can make the difference of winning and losing a game. You're very important. No matter how many people hate you, eventually they've got to play artillery too if you want to get your free campaign tanks. So do your pre-aims. Don't be afraid of blind shots. Try to spread your shots around the map. Don't focus in one area because the other area will get overconfident and rush you. So put a few shots in one zone, go to another zone, put a few shots there, go over wherever your fronts are, wherever your conflicts are, put some shots in there because that makes the other team less aggressive and generally a little more afraid about doing something stupid. And not necessarily stupid, but rushing you. If you've tracked them once or twice, then they're going to be less likely to especially want to rush you because they're afraid that they're going to get pinned in the open and killed. So spread your shots, share your bullets with everybody. Try to put around everywhere. And then once you've done that, then you might want to focus on people that flanks that maybe there's two ways of thinking. They may be losing it and you need to help them to keep from losing it, or if you got another flank that's really overpowering another one, you might want to help them push it through quicker so they can get through and help the other guys. Generally, I like to, if I see 4 of our tanks and against 2 tanks, I generally don't try to help them. I try to help the other people because once those tanks break a line wherever it is, they're coming for you. So in order for you to be effective in the game, you got to be in the game longer. So you want to try to help the line that's going to fall first. But remember, if you get the opportunity, spread your shots around, because when your teammates see you helping them, they're less likely to make dumb moves because they know they have support. So I'd like to thank you for tuning in and listening to what I had to say. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it, like it, do all the YouTube stuff that you can. Throw some comments down there if there's something you have a question about or whatever. I'll try to help you out. Like I say, artillery is what I'm good at. If you got questions about another tank, I'm probably not the person that can help you out. But it was a pleasure talking to you. Pleasure for you to hang in there this long. And thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Bye.